We have in section 121 of the Doctrine and Covenants a revelation to the prophet Joseph Smith. At this time, Joseph and some of his associates were in Liberty Jail, and obviously the circumstances were phenomenally difficult for him and the saints at that time, and he's pleading with God, wondering where God is and why are these sufferings going on for such a long time, seemingly without relief. God speaks to Joseph in that temple prison, that place of revelation, which was small and dark and cramped and unsanitary. The Lord said this, "My son, peace be unto thy soul. Thine adversity and thine afflictions shall be but a small moment. And then, if thou endure it well, God shall exalt thee on high. Thou shalt triumph over all thy foes." What a needed message of comfort and consolation. Obviously, the circumstance wasn't immediately changed, but Joseph was blessed with peace. Divine peace, the peace that passes understanding, the peace that only God can give, a comfort and a consolation which is deep and powerful, and caused him to be consoled in his difficult afflictions. The Lord didn't take away the adversity or the affliction, but he did put it in perspective and did say it would be but a small moment. And that can seem difficult when we're going through a particularly onerous trial or a challenging circumstance. But God is our Father, and his perspective allows us to catch a new vision. The difficulty passes away. Trials are always temporary. They always are time-bound. They might seem to be forever, but they're only time-bound. And it's important to keep that in perspective. Although they're not pleasant to endure, we need to have that peace, the peace the gospel brings, and which gives us comfort and consolation, which is very real and very needed. And if Joseph endured it well, he wasn't required to just endure his situation or to pass through it, but to flourish and to grow, to develop, to be polished and enhanced, expanded. And this prison temple was a time of revelation and understanding, where, yes, the situation was far from ideal, but he learned many things and brought forth great and powerful revelation, as we read section 121. Revelation in this prison temple. And it comforted him, and also it gave the rest of us an opportunity to see that God is with us in our trials. He's with us in the difficulty, in the dark times. He doesn't abandon us, but he's there to comfort us. Not necessarily take them away, the trials, if they're more than one, but to shoulder the burden with us, to strengthen us and assist us. And Joseph is told that God shall exalt thee on high, lift him up, raise him up to a higher place, a greater understanding, a deeper vision, and eventually to perfect his soul, to exalt him in the celestial kingdom. What greater blessing in time or eternity could anyone possibly have? And that he would triumph over all his foes on the earth and in hell, his foes in terms of difficulty and betrayal and hardships and sickness and illness and financial trouble and all the persecution and the ultimate foes of sin and death and hell and the devil, that these things would be transcended and overcome. So God promised that to Joseph, and he likewise promises to us, if we trust in him and rely on him and lean in to his law and seek to keep his commandments, he will bless us with a mighty and powerful blessing of peace and hope, the peace that lasts eternally. And how wonderful it is to know that that is available to us. as we look to God and live.